Today we are heading off on an adventure to go freediving with Luis from Bonaire Freediving School. We're super excited about the adventure because we're going to learn all the techniques to be tranquil in the water, to experience the Zen-like experience of the reef and all the fishes and all the different marine life that's down there. We're gonna go learn, first off, the basic skills so that we know what we should be doing when we're freediving, so we're safe. And of course, with any new adventure, it's great to have a guide with you, because if you have a guide who's been there before, who's done it before, who has a result that you're going after, you might be able to learn something a little bit quicker than if you're just trying to figure it out on your own.
Or a lot quicker, right, Luis?
Yeah, a lot quicker and safer.
And safer.
And safer. This is gonna be great.
Hey, so compare sizes.
Whoa, look at the length of that thing.
Does size matter?
I have stick envy.
Sometimes.
That's hilarious. That's like a sail.
Yeah, sometimes if I want to get close to something and makes it easier.
Yeah. We just saw where we're gonna hang out and jump into the water and start practicing. I think we're gonna get the lowdown right now.
Yoga time.
Yoga time.
Our attention have to be on what we are going to do. And being relaxed in the performance. In order to get to the point I want you to get, you have to pay attention to the technique, pay attention to your relaxation, and to your thoughts. Because 50% of this is mental. The other 50% is physical.
Hey there, adventure friends.
We are about to do our first freedive lesson.
Oh my gosh, we have already started doing the relaxation exercises and breathing exercises. We're here with Bonaire Freediving School with Luis, and here's Luis right over here. Say what's up.
We're getting ready.
Getting ready to swim with the fishes, learn some skills.
We're ready. We're getting ready to be part of it for a few minutes.
That sounds good. I'm so relaxed right now, like I don't even know what to say on camera.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's put
So
everything away.
let's get our wetsuits on, grab our fins, and get to the water.
That's my spit. Right there.
Ugh.
You spit in your mask?
I spit in my mask, like I was instructed.
What's funny about spitting in your mask is it's the best defogger that occurs naturally. So if you're looking for a natural way to defog your mask, go ahead and hack a loogie without mucus into your mask.
We have
All right, it's time to switch cameras.
We then swam out into the open water where we would anchor our support buoy to a mooring spot.
As we cruised across the surface, there were scuba divers down below.
The further we swam out, the bottom slowly disappeared into the vast blueness as the light rays danced through the water, reflecting in every direction.
Luis swam down to the mooring, attaching the support buoy so it didn't float away. As he ascended, the air in his lungs expanded, which pulled his body to the surface with little effort and minimal kicking.
Our lesson started with in-water relaxation, getting back to that Zen state we achieved while on shore doing our yoga session.
This face-down relaxation helps freedivers to lower their resting heart rate by taking advantage of a thing called the mammalian diving reflex. This is where the body slows the heart while shunting blood flow from the extremities while concentrating that blood to the vital organs, heart, and brain. Other marine mammals like seals, sea lions, and otters also use the mammalian diving reflex to help them stay underwater longer.
After floating for a minute or two, we then learned how to duck dive. This is where you lay horizontal in the water, jackknife your body with your head down, and with a powerful, swift maneuver, you then lift your legs up towards the sky without bending your knees. The result is a nearly effortless head-down position with a super powerful descending momentum.
Luis is obviously good at duck diving. Erin did awesome with her duck dives and descending down the line. The line is used as a reference point for training as well as a marker for competition diving.
Freedivers generally dive head down without looking down because this makes them more streamlined, allowing them to dive deeper, faster on just one breath. By looking straight down while freediving, your neck and back are craned, which increases resistance and is called a banana diver. Brian was a banana diver.
And so were you. Initially, I couldn't dive too deep because I was having an issue equalizing head down.
Between dives, we would relax on the surface for 1 to 2 minutes.
As the day went on, both of us became better at duck diving. Considering we're not taking this diving course to compete for a freediving world championship in the future, I found that when I dive at an angle, I'm able to equalize my ears easier. This was a huge achievement because that allowed me to get down to 35 feet on my first day. Erin was so good at freediving that Luis had her dive down to disconnect the buoy from the mooring. She got so excited that she was just swimming back up to the surface. Luis had her slow down to enjoy being underwater and to experience the positive buoyancy naturally pulling her to the surface at that depth.
On our way back to shore to say bye to the buoy and take a break, we swam through a school of trumpetfish on the surface. We sure love going on adventures together.
After a short break on land, we headed back out to dive a shipwreck. The reef is filled with beautiful fish. What's different about freediving versus scuba diving with these schools is that because we aren't blowing out a ton of noisy bubbles, the fish tend to allow you to join the school and get closer to them.
At last, we arrived at the shipwreck. The bow was under about 30 feet of water and the stern was downhill about 40 feet. The boat was covered in coral, underwater plants, and acts as a house for fish. This shows that Mother Nature takes over when something is left undisturbed.
That was amazing.
Oh my gosh, that was intense, and we're not even camping.
Good one. Did that surprise you at all?
That was pretty freaking wild. So I've never dove like that at all ever in my life.
No.
And whenever I say dove like that, I'm talking about free diving. I've scuba dived tons of times going down to 100 plus feet, but I had a cylinder on my back. This was just the cylinders that are in your chest, your 2 lungs.
I haven't done any of those things really at all that frequently. I've scuba dived, whatever. I went under with a scuba tank one time, and we've been snorkeling a bit lately. I grew up with a pool, but like, I don't know, nothing like that. That was incredible. I feel really surprised, totally worn out. I was like starting to get to this point where I felt calm, and then all of a sudden I'd be like, whoa, I'm kind of deep. And then I would start swimming back up, but not like in that much of a rush.
Yeah.
I felt like, I don't know, the more that I did it, the more calm I got. And by the end of it, I started to feel kind of worn out.
Yeah.
And then I got stung by jellyfish again a few times, and I was just like, jellyfish.
She's a jellyfish magnet. At first, I was having a little bit of trouble equalizing, going straight head down, and then Luis worked with me to, instead of going straight down, maybe go diagonal. So maybe I'm a diagonal freediver. I don't know, still working on it. And it's a practice. It's something that you got to practice continually to get better and better. And that goes with a lot of different things in life, not just freediving. Hello.
Luis was amazing. It was really cool to see you just like
Thank you.
deep diving, stand down there for so long.
You can do it too.
Yeah.
Are we going to Salt Pier next time
Yeah.
and see what we can do over there? We're gonna see the tarpons. Maybe all kinds of snappers, whoopers, all kinds of Caribbean fish.
Yeah.
And of course, we're going to sharpen our skills.
Yes, constantly sharpening the skills. So if someone wanted to get into free diving, what's like a big nugget of like inspiration for them? What type of person would be good doing this sort of thing?
Well, first of all, you have to love nature and water. That's the motivation. Be in contact with nature and being within the fluid. If you like to fly, you can do it. We can't fly here because we can't. But on the water,
It's too thin.
the water as an element is 800 times more dense than air. So we can fly on the water. And if you don't need to carry heavy equipment, you're gonna feel a lot better.
Yeah.
Because it's natural.
Yeah.
Whales and dolphins free dive.
Yeah.
The fish has gills,
Yeah.
and human beings have to hold their breath. Do it if you want to do it the natural way. If not, you're gonna need a scuba tank, and that's a completely different thing.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So if you ever want to free dive when you're in Bonaire, look Luis up. We're going to actually link him down in the description for Bonaire Freediving School.
Yeah, he's got a beautiful Instagram too, so check that out while you're at it. Thank you so much. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
We appreciate you. And if you haven't yet, go ahead and click subscribe and hit that bell to be notified every time we release a brand new video here on the YouTube.
Thanks for coming out. And if you like, go ahead and share it with a friend. And until next time,
Adventure on, friends.
adventure on. Bye.
Today we are off on an adventure to go snorkeling in the deep water of Bonaire. We're not going free diving.
I'm stuck. That was awkward.